Hey guys, I believe it's Thursday, New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you're catching me on the replay, let me know. Matt's here.
Hello.
And I have a list of things that I wanted to read to you guys. So, Missy White, hey, you signed up for the Creative Connection. Welcome to the group, Missy. Please let us know if you have any question, and I promise you I'll be in there soon this weekend doing a welcome message and answering any questions that you might have and kind of directing you where you might want to start. Hello, Carol Ann. You guys, it's the last day of the year, but it's also happens to be the last day of this little marathon that I've been doing starting October 1st. Doesn't mean you won't see me on Sunday, because we'll be right here on Sunday. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Give us about 30 minutes. We just kind of want to do like a recap of things that we've learned, things that we have been grateful for, and just I'm going to quiz Matt on a few things. So yes, Shaylin, Tasha Watkins, thank you guys for showing up. I just made a list of things. Hello, Gavin. Happy New Year to you. I have a list of things that I want to read to you guys. So they're fun. I made a list, Matt. Did you make a list, Matt?
I did not.
No, we were in there watching, what were we watching? La La
Land.
La La Land with the cute guy, Ryan something? Gosling. Yes, we were watching that.
Together.
Is it still on?
I don't know. I turned it.
Well, we'll have to get back in there. But listen, my Creative Connection is open right now. I went ahead instead of waiting until midnight. Who wants to be up at midnight? Wait, it's New Year's. We'll probably be up, won't we, babe?
I doubt it.
I will. Happy New Year. Hi, Mama. So a few things that are fun and a few things that are a little bit more serious. Not real serious, but I thought it would be fun to kind of share with you. Since we started October 1st, going live every single day, there was Thanksgiving, there was Christmas, there was a sick day, and then there was a travel day. Those were the only days that we missed. And on top of that, goodness gracious, I go live in my group several times. I have one-on-one coaching calls. So me saying I've done 100 lives in 100 days, it's probably more like 160.
Probably more than that.
Probably more than that, to be honest with you. But it's what I love to do. I'm happy to be here for you guys. And I'm going to share a few things that I learned over the last few months. We've been doing the Spread Love giveaway, and you guys have been amazing. You've been generous. I've learned so much about you all, especially the ones that keep showing up every single night. You know who you are. Trust me, you're recognized. And here's what I learned. I learned a few things, and I had to write these down a minute ago. So thank you, Irma. I got to say something about you too here in just a minute. So hold on. It is feel like 400, Shaylin, for sure. There were a few days where I was literally on camera or doing a live or recording or a call 5 hours out of the day, which that's just my life. That's just my life. But so it's way more than actually 100. Michelle Replogle is on here. She's so dedicated to us. She's posted the link to the Creative Connection. So if you guys are interested, Brooke Collins, how do you get into the group? Girl, you just go to the Creative Connection, the Turquoise Iris Creative Connection on Facebook. Click request, and Miss Michelle will be looking for you, and she will let you in. Betty, thank you. But here's what I've learned over the last few months. One, you guys are really smart. Did we not decide this is like the smartest group that ever that shows up on here?
Oh, 100%.
Can you come closer to me? It's hard for me to turn around and see you. I want your feedback on here.
Oh, I'm good.
You write down the things.
You got the speaker?
No, I have the this on.
Oh, okay.
Number 2. I've learned that Miss Lolly is extremely witty, and she would beat me any day in an argument, no matter what we were arguing about. Lolly is that bright. Would you agree with me?
I think Lolly would argue with a rock.
Or Matt would argue with a rock.
I'm just saying she probably could.
She would outwit.
She definitely
would outwit both of us, no doubt. I mean,
that's for sure.
You in about 2 minutes, but me maybe in about 10. I've learned that. 3, I've learned that Miss Alice has a heart of gold. She loves her family and her friends unconditionally. I have learned, Miss Delisa, she loves her grandbabies and she loves to spend time with them. And she also likes to give Matt a little bit of a hard time. And for that, I am forever grateful. You gonna pipe in anything that you've learned, Mr. Woods?
Oh, keep going, honey. You're doing a fantastic job.
I've learned that Mr. Gavin is absolutely the wisest 11-year-old that I, for one, have ever known. And I have 2 boys. But Mr. Gavin is the wisest young man, so wise beyond his years. Would you guys not agree?
One of the most kindest young men I have been able to know. That's for sure.
Yep. And of course, I've met him, Matt. You will get to meet him one of these days.
I will. I can't. I'm bummed that I haven't met him yet, but I know I will one day.
Y'all like this? I think we're getting some on here. All right. I've learned that Miss Janet from another planet has enough Christmas trees. She could probably put together her own parade. And I'm thinking for next year, 2021, Miss Janet from another planet could do a costume if she gets together with Denise O'Hare. And together, they can have their own Macy's parade. That's what I think.
She definitely gets the Christmas award.
That's something sure. I've learned. I've also learned that Miss Irma Rosales, she's ornery, and I like it.
Who?
Miss Irma.
Oh, Irma?
She's ornery, and I like it.
It's true. This is all true.
Yep. I have learned that Miss Betty is also one of the smartest people that I know.
Betty, she's like the Google queen. She can, we'll ask you a question, and she's like,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think she's Googling it. Don't
no.
insult
I'm
her.
not saying she's Googling. I'm saying she's like Google.
Oh, she just. People.
Yeah, it's like compute, and then she's got the answer. It's pretty amazing.
It is amazing. And for that, I am so impressed. I have learned that Mr. Rob Gloria has a servant's heart, and he loves more than anything to help others.
Rob's a good dude. He's our cowboy down in San Antonio. Can't wait to meet that guy.
Yep. That's a good dude.
Heart of gold, and is a good painter as well.
Yes, he is a good painter. I've learned that Miss Kathy Anderson truly is Matt's favorite Australian. Sorry, the rest of you are amazing.
Now Shaz is she's.
Honey, why do you always think Shaz is in Australia?
She is, isn't she?
No, you say
she's
it.
UK.
Oh, yes.
I always get that wrong.
I know, and you say that every time too.
It's just the
because
name.
Shaz you assume is an Australian name.
I do. That's not right of me.
I'm wearing the boots, Kathy Anderson. Again, she's probably asleep. She's already had her New Year's. I have learned that Heather Watson and I think a lot alike when we're shopping for our husbands. I have learned that Miss Lindsay Fuente is going to have an amazing 2021, and it's well deserved. I have also learned that Miss Jasmine, is right along the lines with Miss Lindsay, and 2021 is going to be the best year yet. I have learned that my Michelle not only can answer comments and post links on 2 different sites, can post as the Turquoise Iris, as my vintage chairs, and Michelle Replogle, and still pay attention to what I'm saying. What?
I think she's got Mitch over there. I think
you think Mitch is tag teaming?
I think Mitch is working one of the devices. I'm just saying.
I think you may be giving Mitch too much credit.
I may be, but I gotta help him out here a little bit.
I have learned that Karen Brown is one of the most special people I have ever met. These are things I've learned in the last few months. I've learned that Miss Denise O'Hare can make and design costumes for me and Matt if we ever decide to take this gig to the road. You know what I'm saying? He puts Matt in some sparkly sequin pants.
I can play my Bee Gees music.
Oh gosh.
I can play my Bee Gees music, and I can get on stage, and I can work a groove.
You can work your groove. What have you learned, Matt? I'm not done, but what have you learned?
No, I'm just going to add to what you've got because you're doing a wonderful job.
Okay. I've learned that Crystal Molina has a very dry sense of humor and that she would have our back. Not just you and I, but every single one of you guys. Mm-hmm. I've learned that Mr. Derek Carlton is one of the most generous people that we have ever met.
Facts.
We are grateful and thankful.
Very grateful for Derek. And when I see him, I'm going to buy him a dish of poutine.
I knew it. I knew it. It was so tempting. He just, Lolly, I'm sorry. He just couldn't do it. He could not do it. I've learned that people like Miss Callie Ratkovich, they've been ice skaters and instructor for so many years, their entire life, that I'm guessing she and Rob together could pair off in like a self-discipline match. And I don't know who I would vote for. I really don't know who would win. I have also learned that Miss Carrie Carter, who I adore, I will have pinched her probably 18 times. And that's how many times I owe her for being ornery and getting Matt all fired up.
I tell you what, Carrie Carter, me and Carrie Carter, we're going to probably, one of these times, we're going to get together. We're going to have some water, and you're going to listen to a little bit of Merle Haggard.
And I will be far, far away.
We're going to sing a little Merle.
I have learned that Miss Lisa Dixon, no matter where we are, what we're doing, would be somebody that I could call on and she would help me. She would help me with anything. And we could keep it secret and she would have my back. Matthew, you want to jump in here?
You did a great job.
Thank you. And Miss Diane, it's funny that she just commented. I have learned that that girl could quite possibly change the world. And if not the world, she could change her some Texas, you know, and Texas needs a little, I don't know.
Shanoa Lane, yes. She says, all caps, I want to buy this.
It's yours, girl. You can purchase it now. Just send me a link. Just send me a message, send me a DM, or better yet, you have my phone number. Just send me a text. It's yours if you want it, sweetheart. It's 24 by 24. And
Alice, we want you to go back. If you just got on, we want you to go back and watch the beginning. Because your name was mentioned.
Yes, your name was mentioned. I'll repeat it. I'm mentioning just a few things that stuck out in my mind. And I wrote down Miss Alice. I have learned that she has a heart of gold. She loves her family and her friends unconditionally and will do anything for them. So Papa Mac and Irene, I have learned that the two of them together are such huge supporters of us that it's very humbling and it makes me question whether I deserve their attention and their kindness. It's pretty impressive and I'm so grateful. If you're just popping on, I've been reading just about a few people that, you know, kind of stood out. Mostly, I just want to thank all of you for being the most kind and supportive and loving and encouraging and protective. You know what I'm saying? That's you guys. And I just, that's what I've learned on a personal level. I could write something about each and every one of you, but those were the things that just kind of stood out, and I just like got started writing, and it just yeah, pretty amazing.
Yep. Papa Mac and Irene.
Yeah. Did you hear what I said about them, honey?
Yep.
Okay.
Good. Just everybody's good.
And for my business, you know, when I first did this back in 2018, Jennifer Allwood had said, go live for 30 days and mark yourself on if you're trying to grow an online business and see what it does for your business. See if it increases your stats, see how much you grow. So on October 1st to October 31st, write down how many followers you have, write down this, write down that, all these different things. And so I was like, okay, I'll do it. Well, October 31st came and it had helped my business so much that I thought to myself, well, I'm just going to keep going. I like this. It's becoming kind of a thing. Happy New Year for you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And Shanoa says she's buying it. So I'm like, I don't want to mess with it now. I think I'm going to add a little bit more sand, but I'm letting it dry. And so that's kind of how it started. And I just kept going, you guys. I just kept going and thought, well, I'll just see what happens. It took a lot because at the time, even 3 years ago, I had a 12-year-old versus a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old who was just driving, who was always texting, needing money. So, or, you know, in a bind, or come get me, or, you know, something to that effect. So it never failed. As soon as I would start going live, I would get a text from a child or come get me or, you know, something like that. So at the time, it was just me. There was no Matt coming on here. I see you, Shanoa girl. It was just me. And Matt knew that, you know, for 30, 40 minutes, I was going to be painting. And then all of a sudden, those 30 days turned into 90 days. And Matt kind of said to me, why not just do 90? Why not just do it through the rest of the year? And I thought, you're crazy. Really, you're crazy. I already do Friday nights and I pop on every once in a while when I'm working on a project. Why would I come on every night? Well, so it was kind of a test just to see what would happen with my business and how it would affect, would it help me grow? And then it also kind of forces you just to be comfortable in front of the camera. It forces you to paint in front of people. And what happens during the second year, last year when I did this, I felt like I painted without thinking. And what was happening was my work, my furniture, my artwork was becoming my best work because I was talking to you all while I was painting without questioning myself. I wasn't really saying, oh, wait, what should I do next? I didn't have time to think. I just had to keep painting because you guys were on here. You guys were listening. You guys were asking me, what are you doing? How are you doing that? Why did you pick that color? Why are you brushing that direction? And then other times we were kind of quiet. And last year I said to Matt, this would be a lot easier if you would just join me. Like, could you please just come on with me? And reluctant? Yes or no, Matt? Reluctant?
Yes.
Okay. Reluctantly, he said, okay. Now, why were you reluctant about it, Matt?
Not sure.
Okay, you are a dude a few words tonight. I thought you were going to be a little bit more chatty.
I will. I'm reading comments right now, and everybody's just so nice. And
okay. You just want to read. Okay.
No, I'll talk here in a minute.
Okay. And so the second year, I'm painting and I'm realizing that sometimes my best work, not always, but sometimes my best work was coming when I was painting with you guys. And that made it, of course, worth it. But I started building up connections. And it just kind of became what I did. Now, last year, I told you all, for my business, Facebook started penalizing me. If you're going to use Facebook every single day and do a live, it was almost like they stopped sharing my work. They stopped showing my work as in, hey, we want you to pay us. You're using our platform. And that's the way that I felt. And so last year I noticed kind of a dip. October was okay. November came. And then after November 15th, it really sunk. And I felt like no one was seeing my videos except the same ones that are so beautiful to keep showing up. So I wasn't sure last year if it helped my business, but it helped me. And I was really hoping it helped you. So then this year comes along, crazy 2020 comes along. And I thought, am I really going to do this for a third year?
She actually.
Why?
Yeah.
Am I really going to do this? Like last year, it didn't really help my numbers. It almost kind of hurt my business, hurt my Facebook numbers. So what's the priority? Is that the most important thing? I had to decide. It absolutely isn't. Would you guys want me to do that? You absolutely say, just keep painting. We're here. We want to watch. Then 2020 comes, the virus comes, and I knew there were several of you that might be feeling alone. I might be feeling alone. And I thought, as a creative, I felt like this part was my responsibility. And I know a lot of people don't feel that way, but for me, I'm kind of silly like that. And I feel like it's my responsibility. If I can do something, then I should. And so I immediately just made that commitment. And I said, Matt, you don't have to come on with me every day. You don't. Last year, when there were days I wanted to quit, he would look at me and say, what are you, a quitter? Get on in there. And I'd say, but I don't want to. And act like a baby. And then this year, it wasn't like that at all. It was more, I think he started looking forward to it. I think I started looking forward to it. And I think, oh, Janae, thank you so much for that. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. And so what I learned this year, again, Facebook didn't really say, you're doing wonderful, sister. We want to reward you. We're going to give you a bunch of views. We're going to give you a bunch of numbers. Your insights are going to go way up. That did not happen once again. I still feel like Facebook would prefer me to pay them or, not use this platform in this daily live way. So as a business coach, I would have to say to you, it might not be the best thing, but what are your intentions? And if your intentions are to grow your community and let your audience learn more about you and build up a know, like, and trust factor, this is your thing. You have to ask yourself, what's your end game and what are your intentions? And it's very apparent with me, hopefully, that my intentions are to connect with you all. My intentions are to build up a more solid foundation. You guys know what's going on most of the time. He's here. I mean, you don't want to miss his singing, correct? I mean, you don't want to miss him giving me a hard time or driving me bonkers. And so that's all right here. So I've learned every year has been a little bit different, and I definitely learned the most this year because it was definitely the most challenging of years. If you guys are on here right now, there's a few new members to the Creative Connection tonight since we just opened. Why don't you go ahead and put #Team Turquoise if you're at it. If you're on here, go ahead and put Team Turquoise #.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think probably one of the greatest things for everybody that watches as a bit of part of this wonderful community is me coming in and bringing the happy song. I think that really took you, Dion, to the next level.
You took me to the next level.
I think me coming in and make, just bringing happiness, and I bring it with a song. I think that's probably one of the most memorable times of the year.
Team Turquoise. Look at all you guys. Look, I've got my happy earrings on. See, these are your Team Turquoise, everybody. Thank you. These are the peeps posting on YouTube and Facebook right now. Team Turquoise. There's my Shelly. That are members. So if you're new into the group tonight, you can reach out to some of these ladies, or you'll feel more comfortable reaching out to them. If you did not hear your name mentioned when I was saying what I learned about different people, just please know that I couldn't write down everybody, but Matt definitely made it a game changer this year, showing up with me every single night. My Michelle, I told her originally, help me on Wednesdays and Sundays if at all possible. You don't need to worry about Friday Night Live, and you certainly don't need to worry about coming on. And as you guys can see, she's a super duper trooper, and she's on here 90% of the time, posting links and answering questions. And I couldn't trade that for anything in the world. And so, my Michelle, I am so thankful for you. You've made this whole experience so much better.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
She's pretty good. Yeah, she's pretty amazing. I think you all can vouch for that. Yeah, Matt, you've just made this even better.
You know, that might be the highlight of my career, the happy song. Or it could be the fact that I single-handedly brought the Bee Gees back.
Did you? Is that what you did?
I think so.
Is that what you did?
Yeah. You know, that song, More Than a Woman, More Than a Woman to Me.
Here it is.
There it is.
There it is, ladies and gents. So if I have to be asked, would you recommend somebody else do this? I have to tell you, as a business coach first, you have to ask yourself what would be your intentions with doing such a thing. I believe I'm a better artist now. I believe I'm a better mentor. I believe this was something that Matt and I did together as a couple that was definitely positive for us. Yes or no?
Yes. Well, I think we looked forward to it. It was something that we could do together. We could be with our friends, right?
Yeah.
We learned a lot about each other and our friends. We got to see a ton of compassion, and we like to hang out with people who are encouraging and who care about people like we do. We want success for everybody, and it's nice to hang out with people who share those same values and beliefs, and that's why it's so much fun. We look forward to it. For sure.
100% yes. Betty, Bee Gees, yes. My intention would be to create a place for people to be home. Tonda, that's wonderful. And we also learned all of the nicknames.
Yes, nicknames.
Irma, no nickname, Rosales. Karen says, I think Matt was hesitant at first to be on live consistently because he was really quiet prior to this. Matt has made a difference, and he's also such a great man. He is a great man.
Well, Karen, I've got, when we started this, I'll be honest with you, she was a bit nervous.
I was nervous?
Yeah.
Because of what would come out of your mouth?
What would come out of my mouth. And so it was a gradual learning curve for the both of us, really. So, but yeah, I was quieter.
I'm still nervous what comes out of your mouth, Woods. But not really. We learned a lot of nicknames. We learned what animals a lot of you would be given the opportunity to be an animal. We learned a lot about what your first jobs were. I can see that so being true.
We got,
thank you, Team Turquoise.
This Paint Pixie on here tonight. Shanoa says, love the purple and blue, my favorite colors.
Thank you, Josie. Happy New Year to you, sweetie. Yep, we learned HAPPY. I'd be nervous about my guy too. I think that's a common thing for wives, and to be nervous about their partners coming on. I'm going to get a little bit more of this bright red in here because I can.
Lindsay Fuentes said, we learned how long you have had bangs.
That's right. 13 years. They're growing out, guys. They're growing out. They're below my eyeballs now. So we've got to have them pinned back or do something with them.
Karen Brown says, maybe Little Miss Iris helped. That girl who went on a cruise and never came back.
She hit her wild streak, that's for sure, Miss Karen.
You could not pin that girl down, that's for sure.
A lot's happened this year. We started positive things. Let's talk about the positive things. Thank you, Quita Allen. We started the journal. We started the podcast. The Creative Connection grew. We did workshops, paint retreats. We had a really busy 2020. And so I'm always looking for the positive things. And when I went through and I named everything, all of you, just at random, just a few things that were popping off my head, you guys, in the beginning. What I think one of the common denominators, Jasmine Isaac's sister, you don't have to do that. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you. One of the common denominators where we were talking about our mindset throughout the week. Another one is that, I mentioned that Rob Gloria obviously has a servant's heart. He loves to be helpful. And I'm sure that it has a lot to do with his military and be willing to serve. I'm sure there are more people in here that are in the military as well. But I feel that way about a lot of you. I feel that way, where we could call on you at a second and you would just be willing to help with whatever. You enjoyed watching the journal announcement. Thank you, Erica. I had chills for days doing something. This is something that's so extremely rewarding. I got the piece of furniture that's a surprise for you all. I got it on the staging wall today, and I just sat there and stared at it and just, I love it. I just love that I love what I do, and it's such a great opportunity. Callie Radkovich, I mentioned you earlier. I mentioned something I learned about you. Lolly says her husband is retiring next month from the military.
Nice.
Thank you for his service.
No kidding.
Absolutely amazing.
Maybe we can get Lolly's husband on here.
Lolly.
That would be a hoot.
Would it, Lolly? Yeah, from the military. Thank you so much, CJ. So I am going to flip this back over. You guys let me know what color we may or may not need. Shanoa, what do you want to see since you said you've already bought it? I got your text already.
Getting a lot of congratulations on the books, Lolly.
That's pretty exciting. That much service, which of course that means, does that mean Lolly's going to be home with you? Is that what that means? I'm scared of acrylic, but I don't know why. Any tips on what kind to try? Just start with the basics, sister. Don't go in too much. Buy them at Hobby Lobby when they're half off. Play around with them a little bit.
She says she's just a beach girl. It's looking great.
Just a beach girl. Okay. I love all of the beautiful photos of you next to your art. Jane Holton, you're so kind to me. You have helped me have more confidence, and it's okay to love your work even if no one else does. Delisa, you know what? You're very right about this, because I talked to you guys the first night about insecurities about our own work, and I remember getting off track. I remember painting what I really wanted to paint in the beginning on canvas, and then looking back and going, I did that so quickly. This can't be real art. Like, it just spewed out of me really, really, really quickly. And I would even say to my mom, I did that in like an hour, and she'd be like, don't tell people that. Like, art takes a while. And I'm like, okay, and not because she was being mean, but she was shocked that I did it that fast too. And I remember thinking, it's not real art. It must not be. And so I feel like I got a little off track from where I first started, because I kept trying to paint what was real art rather than what I really felt like I wanted to do. And don't forget Abby. That's so true. That's so true. Our girls laying right there. If Denise ever decides to do a parade, if we ever decide to take this to the road show, Denise is going to do our costumes. Kathy Anderson will be our house guest, or will be her guest in Australia, because she is by far Matt's favorite one.
She's going to take me to go look at dingoes.
Yes. Miss Alice, who pops on here and sends me a really kind message. Her family is her top priority. And anyway, if you guys, thanks for listening to me. And to my Matthew.
Who?
You.
Oh, me.
I seriously enjoyed this year more than the other 2 years because you were on here with me every single day. You made it
welcome.
way more enjoyable. The time flew by. The weeks and days have flown by.
They have.
And I'm super appreciative of you joining me and painting with me.
I'm
And buying me all this fancy equipment to make me feel more professional.
I didn't really buy a bunch of it, but
Well, you try to keep me organized and
I try to keep you organized, but it's a job. It really is. But I love it.
Matt, 100 more days, buddy?
Yeah, I'm in.
Well, I think Debbie Beard was the one that coined #MoreMatt because she enjoyed when he came on and she wanted to see more of him. And you guys took him in and were so kind. A few people weren't very kind, but there are just those people. They don't understand that I'm here because of him. I'm here because of his support. And let her have blush colored walls. He's only got one wall left now.
Yeah, it's a light blush. It has more white than red in it. So when you mix those two together, there's probably like 3 parts white and 1 part red.
1 part red.
Yeah.
He feels better saying it's red.
No. It's a light blush, is what it is.
It's true.
But
it's true.
Yes, Rob, I'm almost there, buddy. I've got 1 more wall to go, but this is going to be my tricky wall because it's where my TV's at, and I kind of want to redo some stuff. So I may end up having to.
He wants to drop a wire
drop
here and
wires,
pull a wire
that's
here.
it, yeah, so I'll probably end up. I may even hook the speakers up to the TV, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to make up my mind before I paint that wall, though. But
I have learned also that this wash brush from the Pro Wire series is my absolute favorite brush, and I wish I had started using one years ago.
Derek's screaming at me.
He
says,
is?
Yes, he goes, well, he's not. He says it's pink, Matt. I know, Derek. It's just a blush. Blush sounds so sophisticated.
Does it?
It does. Blush. When somebody says blush, you're like, oh, blush. You know, like, ooh.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Is that what you do when you tell people that our room is now blush?
Yeah, I've told. I don't know how many people were
No,
painting
you
their
have not
walls
told.
blush,
Okay.
and they went, ooh, blush. If I would have said pink, they would have went, what, pink? What?
Shanoa, what I love about this one is it holds a lot of water. Obviously, it's called a mop brush, so it holds a lot of water, and it has just the softest, finest bristles. It works. It's a wonderful blender, and it works really well with acrylics. I think you can also use it with oils, even though I don't. But since I use a lot of DIY paint and mix them with my acrylics, it's just been a wonderful combination. And I've had them forever. I just don't usually go to them. I've had them in others. My mother had a friend, her mother passed away, and she had a huge arsenal of art supplies, and nobody in the family wanted them, and I got them. So for the last, 4 years, I've been using them. And when I got this mop brush, of course, I'm using it more because, I feel like the quality is better and it's newer and it's teal and it has my name on it, I guess. Will you tell me what her name or his name is, please, so I can say hi when I pray tonight? Gavin, who are you?
It's in the discussion.
It's in the thread?
It's in the thread.
All right. So everybody, that's just kind of what I learned this year. I learned that doing the Spread Love giveaway was one of the most rewarding things I think Matt and I've ever done in this business, was to give away free furniture, to give away free paintings. And the excitement in that was almost as great as watching you guys nominate each other. You were nominating strangers online who were nice and said nice things. That was mind-blowing. You didn't nominate your sister. Some of you did, but I just mean you nominated people that you were complete and total strangers. And that's just, it's incredible. And I think, don't you think, Matt, that was one of the most rewarding things we've done this year?
Yeah, it really, yeah.
I never thought I'd be in a position to give away a piece of furniture.
That was actually, it was one of the most satisfying, but yet it was one of the hardest too. Picking.
Oh, picking
Because
was super hard.
Super
and
hard, but it was so worth it.
reading the entries. Now that was something else that it was hard, and trying to decide. And then we just kind of decided there was no right or wrong way to do it because everybody was deserving. I think we gave away 3 pieces of furniture and 3 paintings this year.
Oh, we've probably given away more than that. We've given away brushes. We've
given away purses.
Purses and scarves, and it's just, we find it very rewarding.
I didn't know it would be this. I didn't know.
It's just exciting to give. I tried to explain that to my 19-year-old son earlier this year. I said, son, it may be hard for you to understand now, or excuse me, not my oldest, my youngest, Holden. I said, it may be hard to understand, but as you get older, at least it has been for me, it's so much more fun to give than to get, than to receive. So it has been a lot of fun seeing people's reaction, getting the messages after Alive when we've given something away, what it means to people, and it's really cool.
Yeah. I could just get lost in this beach. Anybody else want to just grab a cocktail and an umbrella and sit here for the day? Everybody, I think we're going to sign off and go finish watching our movie, La La Land. I hope you paused it because the cute Ryan guy was in there.
Did you say the cute Ryan guy?
Yeah.
Did you tell them the story?
What story?
How I taught him how to dance?
Oh my gosh. We start watching La La Land and we're both like, what is this? It looks like one of those cute, I didn't know it was a love story. I just knew that Ryan Gosling was in it. So I was like, hold up, what's this? What's this? Oh, Josie, have a wonderful time in Maui, sister. So we start watching and all of a sudden he is trying to impress her and he grabs the light pole and he twirls himself around it. And I said, did you see the way he twirled around that light pole? And Matt goes, you know how hard that was to teach him to do that? I mean, just like that, just like on point. And I was like, huh? And he was like, yeah. Took him forever. Took him literally all day to learn how to twirl around that. And I said, oh, you probably could have twirled around it 4 times rather. And he could only do it once. He's like, yeah, he was so difficult to teach. And then the guy starts singing, right? Ryan starts singing in La La Land. And he's like, that again, he is not good. Let me just tell you.
Now, to his credit, he is a good-looking man. And I told Deanna, I said, that is the only reason he's in movies, because he can't dance and he can't sing.
Oh, he danced. He did. He elegantly threw himself around that pole and tapped his shoes in those fancy jazz shoes. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the donations that you guys sent on YouTube. It means the world. The Creative Connection is going to be open throughout the weekend. I open it every 3 months, always January 1st, October 1st, July 1st, and April 1st. Matt is quite funny. Can you pay now to be in the Creative Connection? It's time to sign up. Yep. You can go to the turquoiseiris.com and click on the Creative Connection, and then the link is posted here as well. You can join, and then you'll go to the Facebook group or you go to the group on Facebook called the Turquoise Iris Creative Connection. Just request to join, and we'll be looking for you, okay? I'll be in throughout the weekend going over a few things. I'll be on Saturday. Will be your first live with me. We're going to start with a heart talk. Everybody, if you're sick, I pray that you get well. If you're sad or lonely, I pray that you remember that you are actually not alone. And we will see you back here at 8:30 Central Time on Sunday night. Every Sunday, every Wednesday, and every Friday night, we will be here. We might pop on throughout the week too, but those are for sure. You can count on us. We're going to skip tomorrow because we're going to be at my mother's throughout the day and my brother's family and spend our Christmas together that we didn't get to do on Christmas. So everybody have a great night. Be safe. And anything else, Woodsy? You love me. I know. You love
Actually,
me
I'm
bestest.
I want to say I'm very thankful and appreciative of everyone who comes on here, and it really means the world to us that you do, and that you're positive and generous to everyone who comes on here, and that's very, very appreciative.
It is. It's contagious. Keep it going, you guys. Don't stop here. Keep it going. Oh, Heather, thank you for that reminder, right? Everybody take care. We'll see you.
See ya.
Good night.